No, the two smallest people ever having to move the biggest guy in their group is actually pure comedy. He will drown. Get him. Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, K Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to The Legend of Vox Machina. We're now on season 2, episode 7, which is called The Fey Realm. So the last episode, we had the team finally get to the second vestige, which was a sword. They also met up with another Sphinx, the mate of Osissa. There we go. And things just did not go according to plan at all. At all. They managed to get through their trials well enough. Actually, Scanlan managed to get them through with the power of song and love. But we see that somebody betrayed their location to one of the dragons, and the dragon showed up because the dragons also want to get their hands on these vestiges. They must also know that these are the only things that would be a possible way to fight them, which is understandable. They're old and wise. So anyhow, a battle ensued, and we see that Cam, the other Sphinx, put up a valiant fight to keep the vestige out of the dragon's hands and sacrificed his life in the meantime, which obviously made everyone feel bad, particularly Scanlan, because they had bonded quite a bit. And then the dragon was going after the team, but at the last minute, we see that Keyleth was able to get them out with a spell to take them to the Fey Realm, which is the next place that Scanlan saw through the sword, because this sword that was being given to them was going to show them to all the rest of the vestiges. So it was the vestige of all vestiges to get. Of all the vestiges to not lose, that was the one. So I didn't quite see whether or not the dragon still had the vestige or if Scanlan got it back, because there's quite the battle for it. But let's hope so, because if not, it's going to be a lot harder for Vox Machina to find the rest without that sword and with no more guardians or patrons to help them along the way. We see that when they were summoned to the Fey Realm, however, that some of the group were together, but other members of the group were split off. So we'll have to see what happened and where everybody ended up and if everybody's okay, because we see that who was hurt? Pike was hurt. She was stabbed by Grog, who is still heavily under the influence of that horrible, horrible, horrible sword. So yeah, lots going on. We're ready to jump into the episode. Just before I do, though, a reminder that if you'd like to be notified of when I upload more of this show and anything else you might be watching of mine, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be in the know. And please continue to show love to this video like you have been and leave those comments below. I appreciate it so, so much. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now.
You tried to take us to the next vestige. Umbersil disrupted my spell.
Oh, okay.
At least we're together.
I shouldn't have tried.
I mean, I feel where he's saying that from.
They aren't the only ones lost. Where the hell are we?
A place where fish are in the sky.
Somewhere.
Maybe ask one of those things. I mean, I feel like they may not be. Maybe that's what I. Yeah. Oh God. Okay. The circle of life.
Welcome to the Fey Realm.
Right? Like, that looks like the luck dragon from the Never-Ending Story. If you know, you know.
He also said sheep's milk is his favorite lubricant. So...
Ew. How's that even lubricant? I shouldn't put that much thought into it.
You needn't worry. Follow my lead, and we'll be just
You're
fine.
about to fall, aren't you? Oh God. I mean, he's the expert right now until you find someone else.
The environment may react to your mood. Just project positivity and it will remain harmless.
Positive. Oh, wow. I didn't think of all people that he'd be able to do that, but I guess it helps he doesn't have a demon in his soul anymore. Positive. I knew one of y'all was going to be too cynical. No.
It's like they can't understand me.
It's all Vax's fault. You should just let him stay there for a sec. Positive thoughts for 30 seconds, bro. That's all you had to do. One job.
Bizarre. That shouldn't have happened.
I mean, it wasn't hurting you guys.
What else is new?
Oh, but I forgot about the armor. That's right. It's the armor it's probably reacting to. Oh, phew. At least the dragon didn't come with you.
Where is everybody?
Of course the blood sword made it.
It was an accident,
Wasn't?
but the wound won't close all the way.
Your new pet, your toy.
Makes me strong. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
Maybe it egged me on a little.
It egged you on?
Yeah, see, we've got a codependent relationship now.
Please. That thing belonged to...
I don't know what that sword is telling you.
Yep.
God?
It's only a matter of time.
Do this. Who are you gonna listen to, huh?
The sword, clearly, he's been listening to it for weeks. Okay, good for you, Grog. I don't think you can break it. But you can try. Maybe let go. That thing sucked the whole out of your arm last time. Let go!
I'm taking you with me.
Yep, that's what I thought. Ew, hepatitis.
You see, time's a bit wonky. Fey realm?
Percy, we don't have to lie to seem smart here, bro. We already know that you are. Can you even read that?
What you doing?
All right, maybe we finally found a guide?
Everything's okay now.
Is it? I mean, I thought you healed him.
Yeah, I tried.
Took all of his muscles, right?
Oh, gods. I'm as beauty as Max.
They're there, buddy. I mean, if they're muscles, you can grow them back.
Back on Taldori?
Damn. Keyleth, you really need to learn your spells.
She did! That's not on her. Oh, it's like teenage Grog before he got bulky.
Who are you and why are you following us?
I mean, you're in his house.
Keeping notes on us, were you?
No, don't open that. No.
Oh.
No, I.
Oh my.
One less way.
Why do I have 3 peni?
Peni! I mean, I feel like you've dripped that energy.
Lest we ignore him. Your books have done a fat lot of good for us so
Ooh.
far.
Percy's only trying to help.
Yeah, heard that before.
My boy Vax, you're gonna have to get over it at some point. He did not mean for it to happen. He's gone, is he?
Of course.
He was following you for God knows how long, bro. And he actually knows the landscape, so maybe just take his help.
Come on, man. At least let us help out a little.
No.
He's like, I will crawl on my butt if I have to. That's gonna hurt. No, the 2 smallest people ever having to move the biggest guy in their group is actually pure comedy. He will drown. Get him. Hey, but you know what? Points for resourcefulness. Oh God, why? Is there anything left of Grog? Maybe he should have held the sword for a little longer.
What wrong?
Buddy.
Too soon, Scanlan. Too soon.
No, you're making fun of me.
No, I just... I never thought I'd see Scanlan the caregiver. It's...
Oh, not the blush. I see you, sis.
Well, I mean, if you're into this, I can...
He can't take it out of his mouth.
Outfit. Huh?
And you made it weird. I'm so
wait,
close.
No, Pike,
Gotta let that vulnerability happen, bro. So I guess it looks like he lost all the muscles in his arm. Where are you?
To the Fey realm.
Not butt first.
I think they're called
Percy, it's okay to admit you don't know. Yes. It's that vestige.
me again.
Something to do with that outfit.
It's growing?
Oh, it's gonna rain acid on you. Oh, no, it's a blob thing. Never mind, even worse. Ew, it has a tongue.
The plants in this realm are real assholes.
Or are you the assholes? This is not your realm.
Keyleth! Vixalia! Thank goodness. I was worried those spores might have...
Got them high. They did say it was like a psychedelic realm. So what we're saying then is the Fae in this world are just a bunch of hipster junkies. Got it.
Oh.
No. Well, maybe she's okay, but I don't think you're doing so good there, Purse.
You are super fucked up.
Right? Well, oh no, not her having a bad trip. Oh, goody. Everyone's getting along. That's all that matters, right? And my guess is it can sense your vestige, sir.
What are you doing here?
I wasn't about to give up on you.
Right? Even if you're mad.
And charge! Just a moment!
I mean, I don't know how many more moments he's got, bro. Nice. Science, kids. The powers of science. All right. Well, you took care of all those. Y'all just be making a path of destruction through this place, man. We just talked to the matron. Why do they hate you here?
I also know something about carrying darkness. Whatever happens, I'll have your back.
That's what a true friend does.
I don't know what's happening, but it's like I'm headed in a different direction from the rest of you. I appreciate you having my back, Percival.
You're welcome.
My mind connected to nature on a spiritual
Look at your eyes,
level.
sis. No. Yeah, she's definitely still high.
I'm going to guess you had something to do with this.
Well, you guess wrong.
I mean, you went your own way, Purse.
You all managed to legitimately entertain, so Garmile will guide
Oh,
you.
thank you. That's what we aim to do.
If you focus on their relics.
They are known as the vestiges of divergence.
Damn it, he did keep the sword.
Our ascension would be assured.
It is already assured.
That's not the right thing to say to someone who's power hungry.
The fool can become a god, served by champions armed with vestiges. But all he can think about is gold.
I forgot about Ripley.
You will all be gods.
If you say so. So how are they gonna find the rest of the vestiges without the sword, though?
Might as well replace me with a corpse.
Replace?
A dead corpse.
Well, I guess they have actually come across living corpses.
Guys! We're here.
Where's here? That's an interesting way to fall down there, Scanlan.
Garmile had forgotten about this little hamlet.
Is this their home?
Pretty weird.
Isn't that their home city?
That city almost looks elven.
Yeah.
That's because it is.
You've been there before.
Grew up
Lived
there.
With our father.
Okay. So is this real, or is this just something that's a little gift from the matron or this Fey realm because you have the matron with you? So many questions. All right, guys. Well, that was a very interesting episode. We now know what happened to our group that got split up. We see that the majority of the group are in the Fey realm as predicted, but it was in fact the dragon that interfered with the spell, and that's why 3 of them didn't quite make it. But anyhow, it looks like the other 3, they said they think that they're back in Taldore, so that's kind of bad maybe, but we'll have to see. Either way, we needed to get Pike healed up, which he was able to do, which we'll talk about them first because they kind of had the shorter part of the episode. But yes, Pike, Scanlan, and Grog together. And Grog, of course, is still dealing with this stupid sword. I mean, when they finally saw what the sword was able to actually pull blood from feet away from itself, that's when it finally became clear that the sword was just a no-no. But it's definitely had already had quite the influence over Grog, and it tried really hard to keep Grog in its thralls. But thankfully, Grog is stronger than he looks mentally, not just physically, and he did resist. The idea of taking Pike out, of all people, if the sword was smart, it would have picked someone he didn't like as much, but definitely not Pike. So thankfully, Grog finally broke free of that and broke the sword, which definitely needed to happen because that thing did not need to be out there for somebody else to find. And it said that if it was going to take Grog with it. And I remember last episode, it showed, was it last episode? No, the episode before. It showed that it could take from Grog if it didn't get fed otherwise. So it looks like that's what it did, is it took, I guess, all of the extra strength that it gave to Grog as well as a little extra, and it left him to the point where his own arms didn't even work. So yeah, apparently it's fixable. Hopefully it's fixable. But we see that Pike was saying she didn't have enough magic, of her own to fix this. It would require a potion. So here's hoping Grog gets back to normal, or at least gets use of his arms. I mean, muscles can be rebuilt, but use of your arms might be a little harder. There was also a few moments between Scanlan and Pike. They're there is something there. We know there's a little something there. We saw that since season 1, and we see that Pike looks like she's got a little bit of a crush on Scanlan as well, but probably for many, many reasons, she thinks it's just not a good idea to even think about going there, especially since Pike never seems to take things seriously. And she doesn't look like the kind of girl where I feel like Pike would be down for some fun, but if it came down to someone like Scanlan, who she's got an actual relationship with on another level, it probably wouldn't just be a casual thing. So I see why she wouldn't want to go anywhere with that, especially with his attitude. And we see that even Scanlan is a bit like happy to see that she's looking at him as something other than just an idiot. But as usual, he uses his jokes to deflect, and it kills the moment. So we'll see whether or not Scanlan gets to a place where he can be vulnerable enough to tell the truth about how he feels to Pike before the season's over. But I think he knows now that it is an issue, and hopefully he'll figure that out. As far as the other group, we see that they were going through the trippy Fae realm. Nothing is quite as it seems. Things that look pretty can be dangerous, and things that look dangerous can be perverts. And they are making their way through. And this realm does not like the Vestige. There's something about the Vestige or the Matron that does not get on with this realm, and it keeps attacking Vax as a result. And it's taken him a minute to figure that out, but now he's got to figure out what that means. And he's kind of been in a miserable mood since he's donned this thing. So I'm not sure how much of that is the Matron and how much of that is just the fact that she's the Matron of Death, or the fact that he's just mad that he can't take it off, because he didn't really think, he knew he was asking the Matron to use him or take him instead of his sister, but I think he was thinking just death. He wasn't thinking that he was going to be locked into a life of service to whatever this thing is. So I think he's dealing with all of that, but he's not really talking to anyone about it. And we see that he's kind of taking it out on Percy because he's still angry with Percy, not only for what happened to his sister, but I think he also indirectly blames Percy for why he's in the situation with the Vestige as well. So yeah, there's a little beef there, but thankfully Percy, after going through what he went through last season, knows that it's not easy to carry a burden that you didn't necessarily plan on, and that, like he said, he's carried darkness around as well and done and said things he regretted because of that. So he's giving a lot of grace to Vax, and thankfully he just said to Vax, look, whatever's going on, I got your back. Like, you know, I'm not gonna take this personally. So that's kind of what Vax needed to hear. And Vax basically said, look, this thing seems to be taking me on a journey that's separate from yours. And we kind of got some allusions to that in the dreams that Vax is having, that it looks like this Vestige has an idea of what the owner of it is supposed to do. And it's supposed to be basically in service to the Matron, not to anything else. And so I think at some point there's going to, because we saw that cord cutting thing that we saw back in the episode where Vex died, I don't think it was just a throwaway scene. I think they're very much a symbolism of the fact that Vax is now separated from that group and from his tie to his sister, or at least the importance of those things. And the Matron expects him to prioritize what she wants first. So we'll have to see though. But yeah, at this point in time though, I think he can stay with the group, but I guess he's feeling that the more that he resists what the suit wants him to do, the more issues he's going to have. But outside of that, we see that they met that weird little gremlin, Gamali was his name. And he says he's going to lead them to where the bow is. For now, I think we don't have any reason not to trust him. I mean, he's a bit pervy, but he hasn't lied. So we'll see if he actually lives up to his word. And yeah, we'll have to see if they're able to get there, because it's definitely going to be a challenge considering that they don't know this environment, don't know how this world works. And I mean, they've just barely survived, and it can get you high, which I suppose is a nice side effect, but looking at Keyleth, maybe not. And then finally we saw with the dragons that they are, you know, apparently the dragon that went after the Vestiges went on his own. That's not why he was out there. And Thordak was not that happy about it. Or Thordak, I should say. He was like, just get me my money. Like, I don't care about these things. But this guy's like, no, we need these because it'll make us even more powerful. I thought they knew that these Vestiges could hurt them. But my guess is he must just think it's just going to help them be more powerful, which it will, obviously, if people can't use it to hurt them. But we see now that Ripley is working with this particular dragon, and she probably knows exactly how to track Vox Machina as well. So yeah, not good for them. We'll have to see how long it is that she's going to keep this dragon going. My guess, though, is that Ripley doesn't seem like the type that wants to help the dragons. My guess is she's going to try to get this dragon to work with her to get the other Vestiges. And when she gets them, she's going to take out the dragon and just want to keep it for herself, because we know that she's got no scruples or conscience. So yeah, now we know kind of the story behind that, and that this one dragon, at least, is not necessarily in the ranks that they're supposed to be. So that's good for Vox Machina, though. If the Chrome, the Chrome Conclave, there we go. If the Chroma Conclave is not on the same page, that leaves an opening for our heroes to get in and kind of start putting some wedges in between those ranks and hopefully be able to take them down. I mean, as a collective, they're pretty much unstoppable, but one-on-one, I think we might have a shot. So another good episode. I enjoyed that a lot, and I'm very much looking forward to the next one as usual, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I will see you in the next video.